I wish you wouldn't feed the pigeons. Please, I wish you wouldn't feed the pigeons.
Huh?
Oh, I wouldn't mind you feeding the
Are you
cardinals. No, I'm not a mugger. I'm just
because
trying
if
to.
you're a mugger, I'll scream. I'll have the cops.
No, I'm not a mugger. I'm just trying to tell you the pigeons.
I love to scream. I have a very loud voice.
I don't believe that.
Where's my tear gas gun?
Hey, well, wait a minute. Whoa. The reason I don't want you feeding the pigeons is because, well, I was just down the 79th Street entrance, and well, all the pigeons down there, the covey of them, whatever the hell you call a whole bunch of pigeons, the gaggle, they all had foam. Were foaming at the mouths. All the pigeons were foaming at the mouths.
I'll scream.
At the beaks. The pigeons were foaming at the beaks, every one of them.
Where the hell are you?
Well, I'm very hungry, and I'd hate to see you feeding pigeons while I'm so hungry. I mean, at this point, a Cracker Jack would be a feast.
I don't believe you.
You're very perceptive. Actually, it's the birthday of this child, and I promised this child I'd get him a present, and I know at the bottom of that box is a little plastic present, so I was wondering if you'd let me have it. The present! The plastic present, woman!
Buddy, I bet you got more money in that silk change pocket of that fancy sport coat of yours than I have my whole imitation alligator bag.
No, that's not true. My wife takes all my money and she bends it in her teeth. That's why I have to walk everywhere, because she bends all of my subway tokens. And she has a blue rifle and a silencer. And she shoots my feet and makes me do this crazy little dirty dance every time I go home late. Please, don't laugh. Please, everything I say is true. Don't laugh.
I've been in this city 11 months now. And you're the first person I've spoken to that's spoken to me. 11 months of silence until now. I feel like I've just been released from a convent. A goddamn convent. No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm a young girl and I'm pretty and nobody ever speaks to me. Not even to ask directions. And you're the funniest man I've ever met. And I thank you in all the languages there are. Thank you for speaking to me.
Everything I've said is true.
Oh God, please don't go.
And that's how we met 2 Sundays ago. And we walk in the park. This is the 3rd Sunday we've met now. We walk and we talk about the future.
It's autumn, and there's orange and yellow and green and blue leaves all over the ground, and our feet make a scuffing noise like this.
And when we get home, our socks have orange and green and blue and yellow leaf shreds stuck in the wall.
Now wait, his socks and his home. I wear nylons and I have my apartment. He has his life and I have mine.
Except for Sunday. Today. We walk and we talk about the future. We never talk about the past.
Well, now just because we don't mention the past, don't get the idea that I'm a slut or anything. I'm just an Ohio girl, OH10. You only talk about the past if you have a past. Oh, I must remember not to wear this sweater any more Sundays.
I think she still thinks I'm a mugger.
I spent all last Monday picking these long shreds of dead grass out of the back of my sweater with a silver tweezer. No, I don't care if he's a mugger or not. I'm not going to take any chances at meeting him at night or during the week when nobody's around. But Sundays are okay. And mugger or not, I like him very much. He's really an odd person, an odd duck. But he does tell me awfully funny stories. Hey, tell me a funny story.
They're not funny stories. They're true.
True? Listen to this one, please. We're at the zoo near the polar bear cage. Now, I've never seen a polar bear before. Hey, look at the polar bear!
No, don't do that.
I've never seen a polar bear, for God's sakes. It won't kill me.
Won't kill you. Listen, 10 years ago, my sister Lucy was top debutante.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And after her coming out party at the Hotel Plaza over there, Lucy and her 2 escorts broke into this part of the zoo. And Lucy stuck her hands into this cage, this very cage, just like you did now before I stopped. And this polar bear, no, I don't think it was this polar bear. This polar bear doesn't look familiar. But the polar bear 10 years ago bit my sister Lucy's arm right off at the breast.
Oh my God!
And we heard her screams clear down to the plaza. And we had to leave the coming out party. Well, my parents shrieked, do something, do something. And the doctors and ambulances that came pulled my sister Lucy's arm right out of the polar bear's mouth and sewed it back on. Modern surgery, they can do that nowadays.
Oh my God!
The arm grew back, thank God, but Lucy never went to another coming out party again.
Well, I can see why not.
Well, because she developed all over her face large amounts of white polar bear hair. And for her comfort, we had to ship her to Alaska in a cage.
You're putting me on.
You're from Ohio. You have a nice family. You don't understand the weirdness.
You're the oddest duck. I have ever
Ducks!
met.
You stay away from ducks. I can tell you a story about my Aunt Polly.
Stories. You said we just talked about the future.
The future, huh? If you had a past like mine, like I have, the idea of riding, galloping off into some future that would ultimately become the past would make you break out in hives and your hair would fall out.
Well, it won't fall out. And if you keep talking like that, I'll go home and wash it and massage it and make sure, damn good and sure, that it won't fall out. Now let's just walk in silence. Listen, do you hear the merry-go-round? Clyde music, isn't that what they call it?
Yes, they run on steam. My father fell in love with sculpting.
Oh, please. Let's just walk inside. Do you really have a wife?
Shh.
That's one story you told me. I wonder if it's true. You told me your wife had a blue rifle with a silencer and shot you if you come in late. You told me that I hope you don't have a wife. I'd really hate it if you had a wife.
Listen, since I met you, I don't have a wife.
Of course.
No.
But you do have a wife.
No.
At least not one that shoots you with a blue rifle.
Hey, I mean, since I met you these past 3 Sundays, well, the last 3 weeks have had music. I don't mean old violins and trombones and everything. I mean, I'm conscious of the rhythm of people walking, the music and the subway turnstiles at rush hour.
I thought you said your wife banned your subway tokens, so you couldn't go anywhere.
I don't have a wife, and I sneak under the turnstiles. You saved my life. I never picked anyone else up before, but something about you. The way you fed those pigeons. I mean, I wanted to get to know you, and now it looks like I better thank you. You knelt and you fed little pigeons sweet pieces of bread. Those pigeons could kill or at least make you very ill. We saved both our lives, and that should lead to husbands and wives. But since we must part, feed the pigeon that cries in my heart.
Are you leaving me?
Pigeons that cry in my heart. I can't marry you. I can't see you anymore during the week. I owe you something. I mean, at least for all the music. Well, maybe we could bump into each other, run into each other a few times during the year. Do you like that song?
I don't give a damn about that song.
Do you know who sang that song?
I don't care who sang that song.
Mario Olander. And after he sang it, he grew very fat and died. And then his wife took drugs and she died too. Now that's true, you can read that in a newspaper.
So it's all off?
Do you know what my job is? I don't think I ever told you.
So I'll spend the rest of my life feeding pigeons in the park. Maybe I'll meet someone else.
I'm a seeing eye person for blind dogs. And that's ironic because you made me see so much. To hear the music on those turnstiles at rush hour.
Maybe it's just as well.
And I've made you see nothing.
I want to be married. I like you. I'd like to be married to you. But then I see people like that incredibly fat woman over there with those two incredibly fat children, that bright blue perambulator with the dog on the leash, and I say, what's the good of getting married? It obviously didn't make her happy. What's the good of marriage?
What incredibly fat woman.
You can't see her now. She just passed behind that rock. Why fall in love with anybody? You just get hurt. I'm young, I'm pretty, I don't need anybody. What are you doing?
That woman. What did you say she was pushing?
A bright blue perambulator with two enormous... That's your wife, isn't it?
What did you say she had on the leash?
A dog. A Great Dane. And look, it bumps its head against a tree and yanks it back and it falls against a bench.
The dog has no eyes, has it?
The dog has no eyes. And the children are so ugly.
Well, we work together. Dogs that can see bite her. Well, I can't divorce her. Well, you can divorce a pretty wife for a homely one, but you can't divorce an ugly wife for a beautiful one.
Am I beautiful?
You're very beautiful.
I really love you.
Don't let her see us. Oh no, those babies, she keeps the blue rifle. She'll shoot us if she sees us together.
And would that be any better than me leaving you or you leaving me? You going back to horror, me going back to my empty apartment? Last tenant left hundreds of murder mysteries. I'm afraid to read them.
My wife's name is Maud. I'm going to call her. Hey, Maud.
Hey, Maud!
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 Hey, Maud!
Maud! Hey, Maud!
She sees us.
Maud!
She's seen us.
Maud!
Maud!
Maud! Hey, Maud!
Maud!
Oh my God, she's picking up the babies and throwing them on the ground.
The dog rears up. Here comes the blue rifle.
You really do have a sister, Lucy, don't you?
I do.
10 to 6.
Thank you. Excuse me, but where did you get that button?
Oh, which one?
That one.
Oh, this one? This one I got at the convention at the Sheraton Plaza. You know, the Beatles convention they have every year?
Yeah, I went to one in Baltimore.
Oh, did you? That's cool. Well, I got this one just last month at the Sheraton Plaza convention. I paid $96 for it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's rare.
So, do you like the Beatles?
Yeah, just a little.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, they're the greatest.
They are, the greatest.
Yeah, I agree.
So, who's your favorite Beatle?
I'd have to say John's favorite.
Really?
Yeah. He's just the greatest thing ever happening. I idolize him. Greatest thing that ever came in. Greatest person, I mean. I just love him. Who's your favorite?
For me, it'd have to be a tie between John and Paul.
Ty. It's no contest.
Why, you don't like Paul?
He's alright, but
Like what?
I mean, he was a Beatle, he's cool and all right. He's just got this attitude I don't care for.
What attitude?
He's a homeboy.
He is not.
Yes, he is. He's a homeboy. A stuck-up homeboy.
Well, I don't think so. I think he's cute.
What all girls do.
Are you waiting for John Lennon?
Yeah, I wouldn't sign my album.
Which one? Sgt. Pepper.
Yeah, just bought it yesterday. What album you got there? Ah, Revolver. It's a great album.
Yeah, it's my favorite one.
You know what my favorite song on that album is? This one here. Good day, sunshine. John wrote that. Just go show what genius he is. You gonna try to go and sign that?
Yeah. How did you find out that he lives here?
I read it in Rolling Stones magazine. There's a picture of him in front of the entranceway over there. It said John Lennon in front of the building on West 72nd Street. You know, I think it was about a year ago, and I saw him there.
Wait, really?
Yep, swear to God. You know what? He was walking through the park with his son Sean. Well, I was real excited too, because I've never seen a famous person before, much less my idol. So I yelled, "Hey, John!" And I waved. He waves back.
Wow.
Yeah, I tell you, that's probably the greatest moment of my life. Hope he gets back before it gets too dark in downtown Miami.
Where'd he go?
We went to a recording session or something like that. Well, that's what the card told.
How long ago did he leave?
Well, when I asked, it was about 5 o'clock, and the guard just said he left with Yoko.
No. Probably be there for hours then.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. You know, I was really pissed off too, you know, because, well, I got here around 3:30, right? And I waited around for an hour, and I got a little hungry, so I went to go get something to eat. Well, what happens? By the time we get back, he'd already come and gone. Kind of warm for December, don't you think? What's your name?
Kathy, what's yours?
Paul.
Is it really?
Well, no, it's Joe.
I like that.
Oh, hi, pleased to meet you.
My middle name's Paul.
No, it is. I might change it to John.
Why don't you change it to Ona?
I don't know why I want to do that.
Well, that's what John changed his middle name to.
I'll think about it.
And before that was Winston.
So you know a lot about him?
Pretty much.
What's his birthday?
October 9th, 1940.
Where was he born?
Liverpool.
There's a reason. What's his mother's name?
Julia.
And where did she live today?
She's dead.
Close to death.
She was hit by a car driven by an off-duty police officer who had been drinking on July 15th, 1958.
Pretty good. But I bet I know more.
Oh, yeah? What was the original name of the drummer from the Beatles?
Pete Best.
Who was their first manager?
Alan Williams.
How many wives did Brian Espen have?
None. He was a homo.
What was George Harrison's favorite food?
Jelly beans. But actually, they weren't really his favorite. He just said he liked them. How tall is Ringo Starr?
5 feet 8 inches. What's his real name?
Richard Starkey. Who knows that?
What kind of toothpaste does he use? Ha! Gotcha on that one.
I don't know. What kind of toothpaste does he use?
How should I know?
Can you do John's voice?
No. Can you?
Are you kidding? What worries me is someday a Winnie will come up and God knows what will happen then. Once when we were in America, during an American tour, several shots were fired at a plane that was parked on the tarmac. And maybe it's just jealous boyfriends or something, but one never knows in America. They're just running around with guns like a lot of cowboys. They think guns are an extension of their arms.
That was pretty good. Where'd you get that from?
I picked it off the radio. There was this old interview on that radio the other night. I just taped it and listened to it over and over. I know the whole thing word for word practically.
You know, I met John in England once.
Get out of here.
No, really, it was about 10 years ago when I was still living there. I was about 7 or 8, but I can still remember it. My parents had taken me to an exhibit at the London Arts Gallery where some of John's lithographs were on display. And it just happened to be that John was lurking around in the back. And I can remember thinking how much he reminded me of Jesus because of his shoulder-length hair and beard and mustache. And I went over to him and I tugged him on his coat. He was wearing his bright white dress jacket. And I said to him, you know, you look just like Jesus. And he said, I've heard that one before. Or something like that, I don't remember. But anyway, I didn't even realize who I was talking to until my mother came over to come and get me, and she just went completely crazy. But right before we left, he gave me his autograph on a postcard with like the sketches on the back of it.
That's incredible. That's amazing. You must be stunned.
Well, it was 10 years ago.
I was still, if that happened to me, I'd be stunned to this very day.
Well, it was right after that that I started getting into the Beatles.
Yeah, I got into them at a young age myself. So, you lived in England, huh?
Yeah,
The Beatles homeland.
yeah.
That's great.
Could you give me the time again?
It's almost 6. Oh, man. I had a dentist appointment today. 4:30, I think. Missed it.
Are you sure?
Well, no. Is this December 8th or December 9th?
It's the 8th.
Oh, it's the 8th. Oh, good, good. It's smart. I'm so worried for a second.
What's wrong with your teeth?
Nothing really. Just going for a checkup.
Want to make new braces?
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
This one? Okay, no.
But I can barely notice that.
Really?
Yeah, your teeth are very beautiful. So, you lived in England, huh?
Vita's homeland.
Yeah. I just can't get over that story. So you don't live there now, more. Where do you live now?
I live downtown in the village with my father.
Are your parents divorced?
No, my mother's dead.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Well, that's okay. That's why we live here now. Where do you live?
Up in the Bronx.
Oh. Are your parents divorced?
Yeah. I grew up with a stepfather and all that. They got divorced when I was 4. So, what'd you take the train up here?
No, I walked.
You walked from the village?
I do it all the time.
Don't your legs hurt after a while?
Not if you've done it as many times as I have.
Good exercise, anyway. Maybe I should try it.
How much time do you feel like?
I don't know. I feel way too long now.
Well, if you went down to the studio like that guy said, chances are you'll be there all night.
It's just the way I pictured everything. I mean, the way everything was going to happen. I mean, you know what I was going to do? I was going to walk right over to the entranceway over there, just as he was coming out. And then a real friendly tone, I was going to say, "Hey, John, how you doing, buddy? You're looking real hip today, man." Then I'd ask him to sign an album, and I'd be like, "Do you think you could sign an album? It'd be worth $1 million. You're my favorite person in the whole world." He'd say, "Sure, kid, thanks a lot. You're my favorite fan." He'd sign the album, hand it back, and then he'd invite me in his limousine, wherever he was going. Me and John.
That's some imagination you've got there.
I knew you were going to say that.
You know, we could always come back and try again tomorrow.
You want to meet me? I mean, here? You want to meet me here tomorrow?
What if I get disappointed?
Who cares about that? I mean, this is important, right?
Okay, then we'll be back here tomorrow at 4.
Great. You know, this is going to sound stupid, but I'm really glad I met you here today.
Yeah, it's mutual.
Are you thirsty? I mean, do you want to get a soda or something?
Sure.
Are you hungry? I mean, we can get some pizza too, if you want.
Do you have that much money on you?
Yeah, I'm ordered this week.
Okay.
Let me just check something. So, Kathy, what are some of your favorite Beatles songs?
Oh God, there's so many. Eleanor Rigby, Let It Be, The Long Run Good.
All McCarthy songs? What about Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds? What about Norwegian Wood? What about Revolution? All these great money songs. I have to educate you. Wait a minute. Where's my note?
What's the matter?
I feel like staying.
Why? You'll be here forever.
I know, I just feel like I should wait. I mean, I really feel like I should wait. I mean, you see that guy over there? He's been here longer than I have.
What guy?
The guy in the dark clothes, the chubby guy, the glasses, the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, strange guy. I was talking to him before. He's been here all day. But he came all the way from Hawaii.
Well, there, you see? That's it. He's probably going home tomorrow. Come on, you already live here. You can have anytime you want. John will be here tomorrow. I doubt he's going anywhere.
Yeah, he'll be here. He'll be here tomorrow. We can always catch him tomorrow.
You could but there was a challenge for me. I never thought about how much I wanted, but there was still one piece of cake. Maybe it's meant the hours I spent feeling broken and bent and unwell, but still no cure so heaven sent as the chance to raise some hell. Everybody, oh, it's time to start living. Time to take a bit from the world we're living. Time to take time for spring will turn to fall. It's just no time at all. And when the grim breeze to attack and the siege of the cells begins, I throw these regal shoulders back and lift these noble chins. Give me a man who is handsome and strong, someone who's stalwart and steady. Give me a night that's romantic and long, and give me a month to get ready. Now I'm playing some ancient way and afraid of the flame in some granny. But harder the ring, I mean let us stray by a man who calls me Granny. Oh, it's time to start living. Time to take a little from the world we're living. Time for spring will turn to fall. It's just no time at all. Now the sage is sweet, the age is sweet, good deeds and good work earn you laurel. But you make you feel more obsolete than being noted for your morals. Here is a secret I never have told. Maybe you'll understand why. I believe if I refuse to grow old, I can stay young till I die. Now I've known the fears of 66 years. I've had troubles and tears by the score. But the only thing I trade them for is 67 more. Oh, it's time to keep living. Time to keep taking from this world I'm living. You are my time, so I'll throw off my shawl. And watching your place people on the ball over makes me feel so older. It's just no time at all.
Don't feed the ducks.
Huh?
Don't feed the ducks. The sign says don't feed the ducks.
I've been feeding the ducks for years. No one's ever objected.
Hey, not you, no. Get away. Not you. No manners. No manners.
You'll be arrested.
7 years I've been feeding the ducks and I've never been arrested.
Just because you've been lucky you should act like a criminal? Don't feed the ducks.
That means you shouldn't throw the bread in the water. You throw the bread in the water, you got pollution. I don't throw the bread in the water. I throw it on the ground. Come here. Come here. Not you, Nellie. You pig. Get away. Come here.
So why shouldn't she have some bread?
She's had enough already.
She's hungry. She wants more.
She doesn't need any more.
She's bigger than the rest.
She's bigger than the rest because she's a pig.
Women don't know everything. He says you've had enough.
She's hungry. You think she's hungry? Here, you feed her.
Here.
There. Don't feed the ducks.
What?
You feed the ducks, you're a criminal.
Another piece of bread, please.
It's all gone.
It's all gone. He said it's all gone.
They're still hungry. If you're gonna feed the ducks, feed them right.
They're not hungry. They eat because they have nothing better to do. I feed them because I have nothing better to do. They're not hungry.
I fed 2 children. I guess I know when someone's hungry.
A duck is not a somebody. A duck is a duck.
If they're one of God's creatures, they're somebody. 7 years?
7 years. I began when my wife died. The wife died in 1975.
That's 6 years.
My wife died 7 years ago.
6. 1975 to 1976. 1976 to 1977. 1977 to 1978. 79, 80, 81. 6 years.
And my wife died in 1974.
You don't remember when your wife died? Shame on you. He doesn't remember when his wife died. My Davy died 11 years ago. October 27th, 1970. May he rest in peace.
You lost your husband?
God rest his soul. 40 years we were married. 40 years, 2 children, 2 grandchildren.
My wife died 7 years ago. July 1975.
It was 1974.
You knew my wife. You were there when she passed on, Mrs. Know-It-All. My wife died 7 years ago.
I know how to count.
I come here to feed the ducks. I come here to sit in the sun and close my eyes. I come here every day for 7 years. Every day it doesn't rain. And today I meet Mrs. Know-It-All, who tells me when my wife died. So I shouldn't be a criminal. I'm throwing the bag in the garbage. So you shouldn't complain to the police.
It's nothing to be ashamed of.
I'm not ashamed of throwing a bag in the garbage can. Why should I be ashamed?
It's nothing to be ashamed of. Your memory slips a little. People our age forget things now and then. That's why I'm a little flustered myself. Perhaps I should be.
You're a little flustered. You should sit down. At our age, you're a little flustered. Sit down and rest.
Thank you.
Rest a while. So I shouldn't be so foolish. Tell me what's so funny.
You have time?
I have.
$63.50. $63.50 for a pair of reading glasses. For a pair of reading glasses, $63.50. I bought them in a store down the street. A nice young man sold them to me. It wasn't his fault, the price. When he fitted me for my glasses, he made me fill out a form. My name, my address, the last time I was fitted for a pair of glasses, and my age. He asked me how old I was.
You told him?
It's a secret? Of course I told him. I'm 87, I said.
My.
His words exactly. My. And when he walked me up to the cashier, he said, this little lady is 87.
Well.
Her words exactly. She looked me up and down and said, well. And I was halfway down the street when it struck me.
What?
But I'd said. I walked up back the street, rushed into that store and said, loud enough so everyone could hear, I'm not 87, I'm 78.
So you forgot.
I forgot how old I was.
It happens.
Yes, it happens. I know it happens. So you shouldn't feel so bad that you forgot when your wife died. 78 is old enough. 87 I don't need.
I'm 79. 80 I don't need.
No, 80's not so bad. I have a friend who's 80. She lives in our home, 7 rooms. She does quite nicely.
80 I don't need.
My friend can pass for 75.
Another day I don't need.
We don't need another day. Tomorrow your son calls. Tomorrow your daughter asks you to dinner. Tomorrow you see the grandchildren. We all need another day.
It's just my wife and me. Phone doesn't ring.
Then tomorrow you make yourself a nice stewed chicken. Some chicken, some onions, some carrot, and tomorrow's not so bad.
Yeah, I eat at the diner down the street.
In a diner?
What's the difference?
In a diner. Everything's fried in a diner.
I don't taste the food.
It's a nice stewed chicken you taste. Some dumplings, some fresh peas.
Yeah, the diner's not so bad. They know me there. The waitress, she knows my name. Hey Samuel, she says. How are you? Makes a difference, someone knows your name.
My husband had a cousin by the name of Samuel. He had his own butcher shop. He knew a nice chicken.
The waitress, she saves me the leftover bread. Saves me the leftover bread for the ducks. Every morning she puts it in a paper bag. A little something for the ducks, she says. Very nice woman.
This waitress, she's young? Nah, she's not so young.
How should I know how old she is? Not 80, that much I know. 80 I don't need. Another tomorrow I don't need.
Tomorrow will come when you leave it on. You look to be a healthy man, a little thin but healthy, so tomorrow you'll be feeding the ducks, Mr. Criminal.
I don't think so. No. I don't think so. Not tomorrow, not anymore. See, I've been waiting. I've been waiting a very, very long time. Waiting for someone like you.
I come here to catch my breath. I'm not looking for a gentleman friend, Mr. Fresh.
And I wasn't looking for a lady friend, Mrs.
So
Know-It-All.
what were you looking for?
For someone with a way with ducks.
Ducks? Nonsense.
Look at them. They like you.
Nonsense.
It's not nonsense. Other times I come here and I talk to people, they don't come near me. With you, they're not afraid.
I don't like ducks. I have no feel for ducks.
Nevertheless, they like you.
A duck in the pot I have a feel for. A duck in the park I feel nothing.
You see the big one there? The pig. Her name is Nellie.
Why tell me my name? I've forgotten it already.
Her name is Nellie.
You want me to call a duck by name? Don't be so foolish.
She likes the name.
Fine, you call her Nellie. You be the old fool.
I won't be around.
Where are you going? 6 years you've been feeding the ducks.
7 years.
6 years every day it doesn't rain, am I right? So now you have someplace to go, Mr. Busy Man?
I can't do it anymore. Not anymore.
Why? Why can't you? Where are you going?
I'm going, that's all. And you should feed the ducks.
He's going away. He won't tell me where, only that I should feed his ducks. Well, Mr. Trolley Man, ducks I don't like.
It's not important that you like them. It's important that they like you.
Ducks I don't feed.
Please. Please, don't go. I've been waiting for such a long time.
Waiting for me, Ernestine. See that sign? Don't feed the ducks. That means you, that means me.
You would let them starve.
I should go to jail so they shouldn't be hungry. 6 years you've been feeding them.
7.
6 years you've been feeding the
7 years.
6 years! 6 years you've been feeding the ducks, no policeman. You watch. I feed them and I'll be arrested. You want I should have to tell my little Daniel? His grandmother's in jail?
Look at her. She likes you. She doesn't scare away easy. I've never seen her take to anyone like this before.
Why? You like her?
I can't anymore.
Why?
I just can't. It's your job now.
My job? Tell me why it's my job.
Because I'm tired. I'm tired, I tell you.
The way you talk, anyone would think you're 97 instead of 79.
I feel 97. 100, I feel.
The way you talk, anyone would think you haven't a friend in the world.
My friends are all dead. Ducks, I have.
The way you talk, anyone would think you weren't good for anything, a healthy man like you.
What am I good for? I'm not even good for myself
The way
anymore.
you talk, anyone would think you were better off dead. So that's it. It's Mr. Suicide.
I have the right.
What right? Shame.
I have the right. I've lived a long time. At 79, a man has the right.
You have the right to eat in a diner and maybe ruin your digestion. You have the right to sit in a park and maybe get arrested, but you don't have the right to take your own life.
No. No, I have the right. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm walking up 3 flights of stairs to a dark, empty apartment. I'm tired.
Only God has the right. You don't believe in God?
I don't know. You walk up 3 flights of stairs and sit alone in the dark. You just don't know.
So turn on the lights.
Why waste electricity?
Shame on you. And just how are you planning to do away with yourself, Mr. Atheist? It's not as easy as you might think.
Don't worry. I've got it all worked out. Come here, early in the morning, when no one's around, and I take off my jacket, I fold it, and I put it on the bench. I take off my hat, I take off my tie, I take off my trousers, and I put them on the bench. And then I walk into the water.
In your underwear?
I should ruin a good jacket and a good pair of pants that someone else could use.
So that's your plan. I'm up here feeding the ducks and you're out there floating in your underwear. If I was going to do away with myself, God forbid, I wouldn't do it indecent. I'd maybe lay down in bed and take a pill.
And die alone. Up 3 flights of stairs in an empty apartment. No, I'll do it here, where I have my friends. The only friends I have left.
Shame on you. Self-pity, it's very unbecoming in a grown man. Make some more friends.
I'm tired. More friends I don't need.
I'm tired too. When I get up in the morning, I go out and I talk to people. Today, I talked to the young man who sold me my glasses.
And now I suppose he's your friend.
He's friendly, that's enough. And now look at me. I'm talking to a crazy old man who tells me he's going to do away with himself in his underpants. A skinny old man like you floating in your underwear. At least you wear a suit God forgive you.
I'm not wearing my suit. It's a sin to ruin a good suit someone else could use.
Seems to be a good quality, I'll admit. But at least you could eat a good meal. For your poor dead wife, you could eat a good meal.
What's the sense? Why waste good money if I can't taste the food?
A nice stewed chicken you taste. You like a little chicken liver?
What?
A little chicken liver. You like a little chicken liver.
My wife used to make a very tasty dish with chicken livers.
Your wife would ask for my recipe.
My wife was famous all over the neighborhood for her chicken livers.
Your wife, God rest her soul, would ask for my recipe.
Tap!
You don't believe me? I have a nice fat chicken in the refrigerator. You come over tonight and you see. If you ever tasted it like I make it, it's a real treat. A little of my chicken liver on this cracker. I have this cracker. And a little of my chicken liver on this cracker. Then you'll come?
Just a minute. You say you want me to come over tonight?
Yes, that's what I've been saying.
You say you want me to taste a little of your chicken liver.
A real treat, you'll see.
All right. All right, we'll make a deal. I'll come over tonight. I'll taste your chicken liver. Only if you promise to feed the ducks.
You mean I have to become a criminal before you taste my chicken liver?
A bargain is a bargain.
All right, Mr. Stubborn Man. I'll feed your ducks.
Promise?
I promise.
Good. Now, you go down to the diner. The waitress there. She'll be sure to give you the bag for the ducks.
I have my own bread. I can save my own crusts.
A single woman like you, there wouldn't be enough.
I won't go to any diner. Already I'm a criminal. Now you want me to become a beggar?
I'll come over tonight. I'll eat your chicken liver, only if you promise to pick up the bread. Every morning. Every morning it doesn't rain.
All right. But a promise for a promise.
What?
There's a nice couple down the hall. After dinner, we'll play pinochle.
I don't know.
You want me to pick up the bread?
All right, a little pinochle.
That's nice. That'll be very nice. A little dinner, a little pinochle. 11 years I've been a widow and I still find I cook for two. I'm always giving food away. I'll polish the silver.
So, all right. I'll bring over a bottle of wine.
A very fine idea.
You like it a little dry or a little sweet?
A little sweet.
Good. Now you should tell me where you live.
In the main building, my husband and I were one of the first tenants. 3rd floor, apartment 5. I'll be expecting you a little before 6.
A little before 6.
That's nice. I have a deck off the living room. We'll sit out there before dinner. Chicken liver, some wine, a little pinochle. And tomorrow maybe you'll come again. I have a fish.
I'm not fond of fish.
I think it's very tasty.
I don't know.
You'll see. You'll ask for
favorite bottle of wine. A little for the fish.
A very fine idea. You know, if you put on a few pounds, you'd be a very fine-looking man.
You know, this suit is 100% wool. Fine wool. I'll brush it up a little. It'll look like new.
Very good quality. I should know. My Daniel's a tailor.
And you know, I have a new tie. Well, not new, but I wore it very seldom. I'll put it on tonight, so your friends shouldn't think I'm a pauper.
My friends don't lie. So I'll be expecting you a little before 6.
A little lemon in the chicken liver.
What?
My wife always used to put a little lemon in the chicken liver.
I have my own recipe. I know how to make my own chicken liver. A little before 6. Try to be on time, Mr. Know-it-all.
I should be late. I'm never late. I'm a very prompt person, Mrs. Criminal.